Hi everyone! Today I'm going to make a card with you using the new Nature's Beauty stamp set. This stamp set will be available September 4th in our holiday catalog. And let's get started. I have a card base of crushed curry, and these two pieces will be the inside, our layer of Old Olive and a layer of Very Vanilla. And then I have a scrap of Old Olive, the frame from the dies that match the To a Wild Rose stamp set, and a classic label punch of our gold glimmer paper. And then I've embossed our front layer in the subtle embossing folder. And this is a new embossing folder. I think it's called, I don't remember, something scroll. It's in our new holiday catalog as well. And I've just done a 2-inch strip, and I'm actually going to use the back side so that the embossing part is facing down. So that's going to go on the front like this. So I'll adhere that first. And on our inside vanilla layer, I'm going to stamp this tree image just in the bottom corner in Old Olive. Oh, that's really crooked. It's not on my block straight. That's better. So that's for the inside layer. And then I'll take my card base and fold it in half, and I can adhere my inside layer right away. So the inside is finished. Then I can adhere our 2 embossed layers to the front of our card. And then on the stitched label out of those dies that match the To a Wild Rose stamp set, I'm going to stamp the fox in Cajun Craze. And then there's a grass image, this little one here, I'm going to add at his feet. Just so that it looks like he's sitting on something and not in space. That's all of the ink that we need for those. And then on our scrap piece of Old Olive, I'll let that dry. We are going to stamp, I've chosen, it says A Little Hello, and it's from our Itty Bitty Greetings stamp set. I'm going to ink that up in Versamark. So you can barely see it, it's just a little shine there. And get our gold embossing powder. I keep mine in a big container so that I don't have to scoop it out. I just tap my paper in there. Now we have embossing powder on it, and I'll heat that up with my heat tool. There it is. And I'll let that cool a little bit just so that it doesn't smear. Now back to our card, we can adhere our fox image right in the center. And I have taken a length of our burlap trim. I actually take out one of the strands and I use that as my linen thread. Sometimes it gets you a fuller bow and it's a little bit thicker. So my length is long. So I'm going to have 2 shorter lengths of burlap trim, just the twine, and tie a bow. Now I can punch this embossed sentiment with our classic label punch. And I'm going to punch it closer to the right side so that I have room to put my bow. And then we have our gold one. We actually only need half of it so that it doesn't stick out. So I'll just put a little bit, actually I'll use a glue dot on the end, and I'm going to stick it underneath here. Just like this, so you can't see where I've cut it, but it's just a half of a classic label. And I can adhere this down onto our card front. There. And then I also am going to add one more element, the gold metallic thread. So I'm going to put a glue dot before I do that. I'll add a glue dot on the end of my classic label punch, and that's where I'm going to stick down my metallic thread. So I'll wrap it around 2 fingers. I just want a little loop of it a few times. So then I just have my little loop, and I'll fluff it out so it doesn't look perfectly wrapped, and stick that on to my glue dot that's already on my card. Get that loose end on there. And then once it's glued down, you can fluff it out a little bit more. And then our bow that we made earlier, I'll roll a glue dot in half and stick it on the back of my bow. And stick that right on top of the glue dot that I already had. Let me move it this way. So there's our card today that we made with the new Nature's Beauty stamp set. It has really nice images, and I didn't color this image, but you could color them in with your Stampin' Blends or watercolor pencils if you stamp in StazOn ink. I hope you enjoyed my card today, and we'll see you soon. Bye!